Welcome to Sex Talk with my mom. I'm Cam Poter.
And I'm KarenLee Poter.
My wonderful mother.
My wonderful son.
Yep.
Back in the land of Los Angeles.
How does it feel having me home here?
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wunderbar.
Yeah. I think you were just complaining that I come home.
Yeah, you're
come
like
in
a bird.
I think, you said you fly home for some worms and then you leave again.
That's exactly what happens.
Yeah, that is what I do.
Yeah. In, out, no care in the world.
If I
no
were
need to be hanging with the fam. Just on your road to Bristol now.
You don't think that I'm concerned about the fam when I'm away? You don't think they're
I
on
do
my
not.
that you
and your brothers and sisters and
are
future
constantly on my mind?
Nephew.
You know, I had a conversation with a friend this weekend. His family was in town, and he said somehow it came up that the mom was asking me how it is being away from you for long periods of time while I'm in the French clown school. And I said, well, I'm not so far away from you. I talk to you pretty much daily.
No, it's not a chat what you do daily.
What a minute.
You at 2:00 in the morning, you decide to do your dishes.
2:00 my time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's in the afternoon your time. I don't call you at 2 in the morning.
It's like foremost on your mind to have a conversation with your mother.
It's the one time of the day where I'm not constantly working either in my business or what are we going to talk about this again? That I do the dishes. I do the dishes and I call you.
And I can't
That's
hear
very kind of
anything.
you.
I cannot hear a thing that you're saying.
She's thrilled. She was like, oh my God, I only talk to my son once a week. She would have been thrilled if she got the dishwasher talk at 2 in the morning my time.
Okay, let me just say.
I started thinking something's wrong with me for calling you.
It's a very short conversation. Usually lasts between one dish to the next.
Are you kidding me?
Sometimes you're brushing your teeth at the same time.
Mom.
Lord knows what else is going on that you got multitasking.
All right, I won't call.
Oh.
No, I won't call. It's fine.
Look at this.
No, you think if
no,
you don't like
if it has to be a call.
If you don't like the dishwasher talk, I'll call you once a week.
I don't even understand why we don't call this instead of sex talk with my mom, dishes with my mom.
Okay, you know what?
Laundry with my mom.
You won't hear one
Brushing
fucking
my
dish.
teeth.
No, now one dish you will hear in the coming weeks.
I'm not the only one who thinks this.
No, we already talked about that. My
All
brother
right.
also got this. My brother is grateful that I call him regardless of dishes or not.
He tells me every day, I'm so grateful that my older brother calls me once every 3 weeks while he's doing dishes.
Are you kidding me?
No, I made that part up.
Well, guess what? You're off the dishwasher list.
I'm off the grid.
You're off the dish list. Some people would be grateful for my dish calls.
Who are you going to call
not
while
so
you're
much.
doing dishes?
You don't think of anyone else in my life that I can call?
At 2 in the morning, no one wants to talk to you.
It's my 2 in the morning. It's your middle of the afternoon.
And people are working during the day.
No one's doing shit. They'll take my call. Are you kidding me? Okay, I'm going to remember this.
All right.
You think I'm going to forget this? I'm remembering this.
Oh, no.
This moment?
I don't like this.
You don't think I'll forget this?
I don't like this. He carries a grudge.
It's
like a grudge-bearing thing.
Yes.
Well, it all started because I was thinking we have a little bird's nest outside of our window. And it's very cute because there's one, it's obviously the male because it has a nice red, breast, a very attractive bird, and the female's just dull brown.
Where are you going with this?
Well, what the male does is he kind of like tries to distract any predators, like Buddy the dog, for example, by chirping away while the mother goes and feeds the babies. I'm just saying, this is like you.
I'm distracting dogs?
You're the baby in the nest.
You're feeding me?
I'm feeding you.
You're the mama bird?
Then you just leave the nest.
Mother.
Say bye-bye.
No one wants to hear this shit.
Okay.
Anyway, this is called Sex Talk with my mom. We got to have some sort of sex conversation, even though, frankly, I don't want to have it. No one asked me. I don't enjoy these conversations.
What conversations?
Do you talk about sex with my mother?
Okay, then let's not talk about sex. Let's talk
No,
about
it's
drugs.
boring. No, that we titled this 8 years ago, Sex Talk with my mom. Now we've been fucking
talking about sex too much.
Constantly have to talk about sex with you. I don't even have sex. I don't even know why I'm talking about it with anyone. It's off the...
I read a Reddit thing. I read something with Reddit today.
Yeah.
And it said...
I love that you use Reddit. You're probably the oldest person on Reddit.
I 100% am.
Yeah.
But it was like, why do people want to have sex? It was a question.
It's a great question.
Yeah.
I've asked that on the show.
Yeah.
What did you say?
I said nothing. I was reading Reddit.
Okay, well, Okay, we had a question of the week. It's pertinent to this conversation.
Okay. Well,
It's
what
the
is it?
sneaky freak question of the week. If you'd like to participate, give us a text at 310-356.
3920.
That's our text line. You can try calling it. We're not going to respond. But if you text it, we will respond. We'll read your comments on the show. Sometimes we'll even get back to you. Okay.
We like to stay connected to you.
Here's the question of the week. You ready? Can you please describe the last time you got turned on in public? Hope you're off to a saucy week.
By the way,
Yeah.
this was your idea.
I know. I immediately regret it. Why are you putting the onus on me right now?
You do that every time I come up with an idea, which is 9 times out of the 10.
I give you credit, but the way
I'm
that
giving
you
you
said
credit.
it just now was not credit. That's onus.
Onus.
You put the onus on me.
I put the onus on you because you came up with the idea. That's all.
There was like a disclaimer. I'm not participating in this conversation. This is a shitty question.
I actually thought it was a very good question because I thought of my answer, and then I thought I'm gonna get a rise out of you about this.
Okay, what is the answer to? Can you please describe the last time you got turned on in public?
Well, it had to do with a yoga class.
You got why is that? Because you think I always get aroused about the yoga?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Your whole thing is yoga.
I was wondering why you're going to yoga all the time these days. What's going on with you in the yoga?
Well, let me just say, back in the day, you know that there was a guy named George who was
Oh, of course I remember fucking George. He was my instructor first, and then you started coming to the class.
No.
Yes, yes.
You went to your class. I went to my class. I had no idea that you knew George.
Of course I knew George.
Okay, I did not know that you knew George.
Okay, go on about George.
But George was like a pretty good-looking dude.
He's like a built Greek man. He's a Grecian.
He's a Grecian. And he was the hands-on type of yoga instructor.
For some. He's not hands-on with me. He's hands-on with you.
He was hands-on.
Hands-on with you, and then he would, after you started going, he wouldn't stop asking me about how's Karen? How's your mother doing? I don't need to fucking hear that going to yoga class. I'm trying to relax over here. I don't want to fucking be in a fucking pawn in your fucking weird game with my mother who is a long-term relationship. He's in a married relationship. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Some swapping shit.
We weren't swapping shit.
You're swapping shit over there. I don't know what the fuck.
He was just helping me with my yoga poses.
And you're fine with this, just the helping assistance.
Well, anyway.
It's fucking weird.
I don't even know if he teaches yoga anymore. He might know.
I wouldn't be surprised if he got called out for a little too much groping.
No, I think he always asked for consent first. May I adjust you?
He never asked me once for consent. He never adjusted me once.
Maybe you're just a good yoga student.
No, Mom.
You're a good little yogi.
No, I'm not. No. Anyway, what the fuck is going on with this yoga instructor? This new one.
I have another yoga instructor.
Oh
This one is not a Greek god.
Okay.
This is a Russian, very short in stature, very thin, like super thin instructor. So by conventional looks, he is not a very good looking man.
Okay.
But both myself and my yoga buddy Monique, Marvez, who is very funny, always goes
calling more people out for getting turned on.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. She puts us in her act altogether. There's something sexy about him.
He takes charge.
Yeah, he's a take charge. Oh, yeah.
He just tells you what to do.
And
no nonsense.
And we'll come over when I can't get my leg in a rope on a wall and lift my leg. Lift my leg up.
You're purposely putting the leg low on the wall so you can lift the leg?
I'm purposely putting it that way because I can't do most of these poses anyway.
And you get all turned on by this guy? Because
no, I'm just saying it reminded me.
I'm
not really actually turned on by him per se, just the process. Anyway, can we move on to you?
Oh, wow. You got all bashful just now. Look at that. She's getting hot over here.
I am getting
You're embarrassed?
I'm not really embarrassed. I was thinking that I can't choose yoga because you are, that's been your thing this whole
That's my fantasy.
8.5 years of yoga fantasies. So I figure I can't do that. But
Good. I'm glad.
I figured that.
Just like I don't choose check glory holes because that's yours.
Call me out.
I don't come fucking close to those videos.
We didn't ask what porn genre do you like.
I'm just saying. I don't come in. I don't also go to any check glory holes in public anyway.
I have never either, just for the record.
Okay.
But we do have in our apartment glass doors with holes in the glass doors.
Why do you have holes in the glass doors?
It's the way the apartment was built, and so you put your hand through the hole to open the door.
It's like a reverse handle.
It's like
a glory hole in the door.
My,
Oh, Jesus Christ. Mom, stop fucking wherever the fuck you're going with this. I don't want to hear it.
You'll never go using our bathroom again. Nothing's happening. Why are you giving me a look?
I'm just imagining Dee's sticking his little dick in there.
How do you know if it's little or big?
Why? It doesn't matter the size. I'm imagining Dee sticking his dick in the fucking hole and you having a sexual act between the fucking in the glass.
That's not.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear this.
You brought up.
I did not ask you. Did you? Have you ever fucking had a fucking glory hole experience in your bathroom?
You did not ask me that. And
no, I didn't ask you that, and I don't want to know the answer to that.
Okay, can you talk about your?
Yes, I would be happy to talk about my own goddamn sex life, even though there's nothing to report back. Can you please describe the last time you got turned on in public? I fucking always turned on in public.
What do you mean you're always turned on?
I'm constantly suppressing and hiding boners.
You are?
I get a lot of
boners.
Not when you're around. When you're around, it immediately goes down. But when
I'm so glad to hear that.
I will say, I can get a flirtatious text or two, and then I can't. You know, I'll be walking around, and you gotta. What are you gonna do with that? You gotta talk and go.
I have never had this experience. So
You've never gotten a flirtatious text?
No, I mean I've never had to tuck and go. I don't have something to tuck and go.
Yeah, but there's no outward display that you're aroused. Yeah.
So what happens? You just the wind blows and it's standing at attention?
No. The wind doesn't blow and it's standing at attention. It's prompted by a flirty text from someone. I don't know. This can happen sometimes.
It happens probably all the time because you're a public figure.
No, that's not true. It's happened maybe once in the last year, and that's what I'm remembering right now.
That's what you're remembering right now?
Yes.
So you've been named the time you've been aroused in public? I thought the question was sort of like immediate.
What you know what's what do you mean immediate? Like recently?
Yeah. It says, can you just please describe the last time you got turned on in public?
I've been turned on.
It could have been like this morning or something.
What gets challenging? Here's what gets challenging. I'm in the clown school. And
yeah, I know you're in a clown school. At all times, you're in a clown school.
There's flirty tensions going on sometimes between me and the other clownettes,
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes. And you're moving around in sweatpants, these tight sweatpants. I'm wearing tight sweatpants. It's a disaster.
I mean,
you're getting in physical contact with these people. And occasionally I'll get a little aroused.
Occasionally, it sounds like it happens every day.
I didn't say every day.
Okay.
What kind of fucking no?
You implied.
I didn't say
that you're taking clown class. So the clownettes are flittering
clownettes.
Flittering clownettes are they're floating around you at all times.
They're floating around.
You got a
but
fucking
I'm not
boner
always
at all
aroused.
times.
No, it's only when someone expresses desire in me, or it's rare that I'm just going to suddenly experience desire for someone. Actually, it's not true. You're
having a conversation with yourself right now.
Sometimes you'll meet someone and you're just like, I don't know. I just standing in this person's presence, I start to feel aroused. What is that about?
It's pheromones.
You think I'm smelling them? I'm getting very close.
Yeah, you've got a very sensitive sniffer.
I do have a sensitive sniffer. You think I'm picking up on the pheromone? I started thinking about my sensitive sniffer. When I was a child, I think it's third grade, I had nosebleeds all the time.
Of course, this is my fault.
And I started thinking, the solution was to cauterize my nose, meaning burn the inside of my nose twice.
Of course.
Are you nuts?
No, what do you mean, are my nuts? No, I'm going to let you bleed all over the place.
It was clearly an anxiety problem.
How do you see that there was an anxiety problem?
You didn't say, maybe I should get the
now.
kids, because in first grade I was puking everywhere.
Yeah.
And I had to sit with my teacher at lunch.
Every day.
Every first grade.
Mrs. Bear,
she would give me a fucking sticker every time I made it through a lunch without puking everywhere. Okay? Made a certificate that said, okay, you didn't fucking puke for the whole week.
It was so cute.
Something's wrong. That was not an indicator. Oh, maybe we should bring this kid to a psychologist.
No.
Okay. Second grade. Eye issues, had to get an eye fucking patch. We walked around with glasses on. That could have been, it could have been
Related?
something psychological as well. 3rd grade, nosebleeds.
Wait, I'd like to go back to the eye thing.
4th grade,
You had to wear
tonsillitis.
You had to wear a patch
Yeah.
on the eye.
Yeah.
And it had a little patches. It was a little dinosaur, and it would call itself Patchosaurus.
Yeah, because it was the dinosaurs also wearing a patch. This is not helping my anxiety. 3rd grade, nosebleeds. 4th grade, what was going on with the 4th grade again?
4th grade, you wouldn't even touch paper mache.
That was
because you
2nd
had
grade.
an anxiety about touching paper mache.
No, 4th grade. I just remembered what it was. It was another issue. Anyway, these are all psychological problems.
No, they're not. If
And,
you
didn't
can't
take me
see
to-
out of one
you didn't
eye,
take
that's
me to
not
one
psychological.
psychologist.
Why would you want to go to a psychologist? You go to an ophthalmologist. You don't go to a
should've-
psychologist.
You should have put me into therapy in preschool.
What would have helped?
Well, yeah, it would have helped.
You are too far gone.
You don't think I would have been any less anxious and neurotic?
You don't think it's neurotic to blame nosebleeds on some sort of anxiety problem?
I was just thinking to myself the other day, I was like, how the fuck did they not take me to one psychologist?
You didn't have a psychological problem.
Oh, 4th grade, constant strep throat to the point of having to remove my tonsils and adenoids.
Wait, again, it's not caused by anxiety. Certain things are caused by anxiety.
There's
You're
disease in the body.
You're throwing up. Yes, anxiety.
No.
You were very upset because you were the youngest child, and then we moved, and I had your brother, and you didn't want, if you felt left out or something, that may be why you had to vomit every day during lunch. You had to adjust to having another baby in the family.
It's a good point.
Right.
You didn't take me to one psychologist, though.
Because what? Are you going to go to a psychologist because you have an eye issue, or you had strep throat too many times?
When there's disease in the mind, there's disease in the body.
Oh, okay.
And instead, you just start removing things from my body, start burning things off it.
I should have let you have your nosebleeds and just go bleed away. Can you imagine if you were still having nosebleeds? If I hadn't cauterized your nose at that time, and you're still having them right now, you'd be like, "Oh my god,
We would have found a solution.
I need to go to the emergency room right now because I'm having nosebleeds."
We would have found a solution. Anyway, let me share.
Can I just ask how long you've been harboring the resentment?
It just occurred to me. Maybe
It
like
didn't
this,
just
this
occur to
week.
you. Okay, but this is a harboring resentment.
Because I think it's related to the migraines I get now.
Oh, it's my fault that you have migraines.
Yes. Is your phone still on? Did you
No,
need
my
to-
phone is on.
All right, Mom.
Yes.
Can we turn to the sneaky freaks and
Yes.
stop bickering for 5 seconds?
Okay.
All right. Sneaky freaks, we asked, you answered. Can you please describe the last time you got turned down in public? Gord says, this is going back a few years ago. After years of getting the cheapest possible haircuts, my wife encouraged me to try her hair salon. Oh boy. The hair salon? There's always hotties in the hair salon.
Oh, I know.
What is that?
Well, I thought you were going to go back to that. It's my fault that you used to fall asleep every time you got a haircut.
No, I was not going to say that.
Every time you got a haircut, you were 5 years old. You literally pass out.
Maybe because I was finally at peace.
At peace with
in
what?
someone else's hands. Okay, anyway, going on. Gord says, didn't know that their service included a scalp and shoulder massage from my attractive stylist. This would have put me over the edge. Instantly hard. Then she invited me to stand up and move to the sink for a wash. Not sure if I was caught or not.
Oh,
This
man.
is what I'm talking about. He needed to tuck and go, but he how can you tuck when someone's standing over you, washing your head and shoulders?
Well, this is what I'm getting at.
What are you getting at?
Dee's used to work in a strip club.
Okay.
He would say that some of the guys would come in there wearing elastic waist pants.
Of course.
You go to get your hair blown out, so to speak.
But even
Get
if you're
yourself
wearing
some baggy pants.
even if you're wearing the baggy elastic waist pants,
Still got that.
there's a moment where you have to stick your hand down there and
Push it between
fondle it all up, and if someone's looking at you the whole time in that very vulnerable position with the head back at the tub, it's an almost impossible task.
Why don't you just let it fly? Let your freak flag fly.
You're gonna walk around in the hair salon with a boner?
Why not?
No.
It's human nature.
Anyway, I feel you, Gord. I was at Burning Man once. I think I told this on the show, where I volunteered to participate in this camp. You know, they have all these camps, and you do some volunteer work, whatever. The volunteer was that I had to wash people's hair.
And
I started getting so aroused.
Kim, you get aroused, like I said, when the wind blows.
No. They're beautiful girls just plopping down in my chair, and I have to give them a nice scalp massage, and it's very sensual. It's a normal thing.
I love the answers to these questions are all involving some sort of massage.
Okay. Yvonne says, try my workplace. I've since changed workplaces, LOL. This was the beginning of COVID. I was going through a horny all the time phase. Did you go through one of those?
No.
Me neither. I had a very mundane job, basically scanning papers all day long. So as I'm sitting at my desk one day during a small break, I scrolled through Instagram and came across 2 horses mating.
Oh, boy.
I went from 0 to 100 plus in 2 seconds. I dug a little deeper into Instagram and searched for sex drawings. I don't recommend doing that at work, LOL, but I got so turned on, I had an orgasm right there at my desk without ever lifting a finger except scrolling through Instagram. Holy shit.
Was she looking at horses?
Yeah, you heard that right.
Yeah, I did that too.
You
not
got
on
aroused?
Instagram, not in it, but I read a book by someone, last name Roth or something. And there's a scene where they have this one horse mating with the other horse. I thought that got me extremely aroused.
No way.
Yeah, something
This
about
is a
horses.
thing.
Horses and females, yeah.
No fucking way.
You learn something every day, Cam.
Sneaky freaks, if you're out there and you get aroused by horses.
Horses on top of each other.
Give
They
us
have like a
text.
fluffer horse.
What do you mean a fluffer horse?
So the stud, they don't want to waste any of his energy on anything besides the actual intercourse.
Are you talking about race horses or are you talking about breeding? What are you talking about?
I don't know, any kind of horses. Whatever.
What?
They have a fluffer horse. A horse that
what?
comes in there and just fluffs up the other horse.
This has got to be for breeding of some sort.
Yeah.
Okay.
Learn something every day,
Fascinating.
don't you?
Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. James says, last time I was turned on in public was just a few days ago. Well, exactly March 30th around 1 p.m. Imagine, if you will, it was a long-deserved sunny day with penetrating rays of warmth, invigorating our pasty white winter hides, and gently kissing our mental psyche with promises of vitamin D. Yes, it was indeed a fine birthday present from nature of earthly healing mineral waters warmed within the magma bosom of the mountain. Oh my fucking God, where are we right now?
James is he's a poet.
He goes on to say, but behold, life had not yet finished with its giving. Oh my, from across the pool deck, these keen eyes of mine spotted a tiny white bikini. A bikini of such fine detail and quality, it shouted brilliant waves of pearly white for what I could only imagine belonged to an angel, and it was true. Awestruck, I had to maintain my cool. Carefully, I inspected the angel's bodily curves, perfectly matched to the integrity of the bikini. Once again, oh my. As cool as one can be, soaking in 100+ waters of mineral indulgence, certain telltale groinal truths start to display. A little lifelong friend was diligently attempting to get a peek of the brilliant creature, but nay. You have a decorum of some semblance to maintain, I scold my little buddy. Let the eyes paint an everlasting image and we can revisit this moment. This succeeded in calming my engorged, mindless friend. Yes, let's file this away for a cold, dark night. An unexpected birthday gift waiting for the time to be right.
I got shivers. I do. That was brilliant.
Absolutely
Can you imagine
gorgeous.
just writing like this on a
In
whim?
a text.
In a freaking text.
Unbelievable.
We should put that on the front page of our
James,
website.
we're going to make a book with all of your beautiful texts.
It's amazing. I wonder if James does this for a living.
Did you gather what the fuck was going on in this story?
Yes, he got turned on by a white bathing suit.
That's exactly
a
right.
bikini.
Yeah. But I like that he's able to talk him down. You know, he's talking
down his
himself
little
down.
friend?
Oh, yeah. Calm down. Relax. You know?
Save it for another birthday or whatever he
Save
said.
it for another birthday.
That was brilliant.
Yes, let's file this away for a cold, dark night, an unexpected birthday gift waiting for time to be right. Gorgeous. Fucking Dr. Seuss over
Hemingway.
here. Hemingway, Dr. Seuss, Shel Silverstein. Lisa says, the last time me and the man went out for dinner, he was feeling me up under the table. I had a dress on. Sneaky public stuff is always a huge turn on to me.
There you go, Lisa.
I love that shit.
She always nails it.
Do you do that shit?
No, I don't do that shit.
I do that shit.
When have you done that shit?
5 years ago, I think I did that shit.
I never heard about this.
I don't have any memory of it, but I
What
can
do you mean you
imagine
don't have a
there's
memory
some.
of it? There's either you did it or you didn't do it.
Dates. I went on dates where they got a little handsy in a bar. Consensually handsy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Very, very impressive, Lisa. All right. JC says, I saw Dune Part 2 at the Fancy Theater. When Paul rides the space worm, the D-box chair was bucking and vibrating so powerfully, a lady a few seats away couldn't contain her ... excitement. I think it shook the soul out of her body. So it was reactive for me. Also, Godzilla vs. Kong and Transformers should be top-tier date night movies. This is a brilliant idea.
JC, hilarious.
I've never been to one of these movies with the chairs shaking and vibrating. Have you?
I think at Epcot Center, I saw A Bug's Life.
Yeah. Okay, so we're talking like Disney World or some shit.
Yeah.
But nowadays you can go see movies.
Yeah, and it vibrates and stuff like that.
I don't know if I like this idea of sitting in chairs that people are getting all juiced up in, you know?
Yeah. Paul. I wonder if Paul is Timothy Chalamet. Is that who the Timothy Chalamet character is?
No idea. I didn't see this movie.
I know you're not a big fan of his.
Well, once you butchered Wonka, I wasn't huge.
You're developing a curmudgeon-like stance about different actors and different directors.
Two. We've talked about it. They've both butchered movies that played a large role in my life.
And you're also not thrilled with Javier Bardem.
No, I'm fine with him.
The looks.
I mean, I don't love that I'm told that I look like him in No Country for Old Men. But it's better than Pee Wee Herman, which I've also been called.
Oh my God, that is not a compliment.
Yep. No, I don't like Timothy Chalamet because he butchered Wonka, and I don't like He Who Must Not Be Named for butchering Mary Poppins Returns.
Lin-Manuel?
Yes, mother.
Okay.
All right. How are we holding up? You want to keep going with these?
Yes, of course.
Okay. I think we got time for a few more.
Randy says, well, last time I got turned on in public is when me and this lady was playing with sex toys at a park.
Have you ever brought...
I have yet to bring that.
You've never brought a sex toy to a park?
No, but it reminded me of something funny.
What?
Well, my friend Monique Marvez, who travels all the time for different gigs all around the country, she has the Satisfier that I gave her. Mm-hmm. She calls it Mr. Puff Puff.
She takes Mr. Puff Puff
because
with
it's
her?
an air pulse stimulator.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she calls it Mr. Puff.
She loves it?
Hilarious. Loves it.
Wow.
She said sometimes it calls from the other room at her.
Okay, Crystal says, last time, about an hour ago, I'm actively engaging in flirty texting 90% of the time I'm conscious, so I'm pretty much ready to go at any given time, LOL.
Crystal, you animal.
I mean, I remember the one time a fucking year that this happens to me. I mean, doing this night and day. Could you imagine? I wouldn't be able to focus.
It's a full-time job just
I start
texting.
vibrating when I get these texts. The whole body starts convulsing, vibrating. There's a lot.
Your whole body starts convulsing.
I start hyperventilating. Yeah.
Wow.
It's an intense
All
experience.
Right, you're now announcing to everyone that they can now text you and get your body pulsating.
I did not announce that.
Well, if people are texting us.
What are you inviting dick pics and shit like that right now?
No, I'm not inviting dick pics. No, please do not send dick pics.
Emma says, I was out shopping with my husband. We are both 35 and a very attractive young woman, probably 10 years younger than us, was seriously checking my husband out. He came over to tell me, and sure enough, she kept sneaking looks. He's very fit and I think very handsome, but we are starting to get older and not get hit on as often as we did in our 20s. It was a big turn on to see someone as attracted to my guy as I am. Wow.
I like that.
Isn't that interesting?
I get this from my boyfriend. He always goes, did you see that girl's looking at me? I never notice these things.
Do you get turned on? Will you get turned on if you saw someone checking them out?
Probably.
I've never been in a relationship long enough to have that experience. If someone starts checking out the girl I'm with, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Get the fuck out of
Get
here.
the fuck out.
Yeah, but I imagine if I were with someone for years, you realize a stable, committed relationship, but you don't worry as much. Like, is this person going to encroach on my relationship right now?
Yes, it's exactly like one of our biggest viewed TikToks, like in the millions, was when I said to turn on for me to find out that my boyfriend had several numbers.
Yes, exactly.
The body count was high.
Yeah.
That's a turn on.
That's
so,
right.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Same idea. Same theory.
I get it. Tom, the elder statesman, says, outdoor concert, super hot young woman, skimpy clad and braless, dancing next to me, bumping into me, great tits bouncing seductively, got a boner, wife noticed both my attention and the hard on, still hard at 72. Tom.
Is he literally your role model? He should be.
I hope my dick is still functional at 72.
72. That. God bless you, Tom.
Super hot young woman, skimpy clad and braless, dancing next to me. Jesus Christ.
And notice the wife noticed him was cool with it.
Yeah, I mean that's a nice. He's got a nice relationship.
He's got
Tarzan and Jane. Yeah. We got maybe time for this last one. How about that? Ready for this?
Well, I'd like to do some shorter ones too. There's some fun short ones.
Rapid fire the short ones. I don't care.
Doug says, anytime a woman with nice boobs or a nice butt is with an eyesight.
Jesus Christ.
Well, you'd agree with that.
No, I don't agree with that. You maybe as a child.
William says, recently, big booba.
Okay.
Radfell says, by the strip mall, I sit in my car and watch the women go into the stores.
Oh, no.
That is
creepy?
A little creepy.
A little creepy.
Imagine
you're going to the store and some guy is in his car just staring at you, staring you down.
I would do a little dance.
I don't know. What is the protocol? I mean, is it...
It is a little creepy that someone's sitting in the car looking at...
Yeah, it gives me the heebs.
But you know what?
You think it's fine?
I mean, as long as he's not like jumping these women and grabbing them, putting them in his white van and doing something weird.
What about if he's jerking it in the car alone?
I bet you there are people doing that shit.
It's a little bit invasive, I think.
It's a lot invasive. He didn't say he was jerking. He just said he was turned on.
Yeah, he's just staring at the chicks in the car. But he's sitting in the car getting turned. I don't know. Listen, I don't want to yuck his yum, but I don't know. It's a little.
Maybe he came to he parked his car and he's getting out of the car and like, wait a second, there's a good looking girl. I'll stay in the car and watch her walk into the thing.
I don't know.
We need clarification.
Should we end on that one or should we end on the tickler?
Let's do the tickler.
The tickler says, for demographic purposes, I am a pansexual female in my 30s in a committed, non-married relationship. The last time I was really turned on in public was about a year ago at the Phoenix airport. My sex drive is weird because I'll go for months having zero desire and little or no masturbation, and then something flips, and for a week or two, all I can think about is sex and my secret kink. My secret kink.
A secret kink. I like it.
So a day or two before I took a solo trip, I had this super erotic, exhibitionistic dream, and it triggered my horniness. Isn't that interesting? The dream triggers the horniness.
Who knows what triggers what?
I think that's fascinating that the dream can do this.
Okay.
You don't give a fuck, okay? So while I had to wait 2 hours for my ride to pick me up from the airport, I was having a blast going on Reddit, just like you, to talk to people in my kink community, share fantasies, and find good porn relating to my kink, and hanging out at baggage claim just being super horny. I know KarenLee will ask, so here's my kink. Yeah, you nosy ass motherfucker.
Nailed.
Yeah, you would be asking this shit. I'm into tickling.
Tickling?
It's one of those borderline S&M things, but I'm super vanilla and not into the scary full body restraints or anything. And no, I do not have a foot fetish, so there is a lot of overlap in the tickle community. It makes sense. Foot fetish, tickle community. I actually have heard
about the tickle.
You've heard about the tickle?
Yeah.
You know anything about the tickle?
I would think that could be borderline on S&M because sometimes it makes me like, if I'm getting tickled, sometimes it like...
You get turned on by that.
No.
What?
I don't like it.
Oh, you don't like it?
No,
Most people in S&M get aroused by this experience.
I can't handle it.
It's a lot.
I can't even handle it when they're giving me a pedicure and they're scraping it.
Oh, really?
Oh, my God. I'm like, ah!
I don't know. At some point, I lost complete sensation in my feet.
Of course, this is my fault. Because I put the socks on your feet. You lost circulation.
The socks were too tight.
And now you don't have any feeling in your feet.
Yes.
You're walking around without feeling in your feet. Okay.
I have feeling in my feet, but no tickles.
I want to ask our listeners,
Yeah.
if you've gotten up to this point, how many times has Cam blamed his issues on me in this one conversation?
And how many times do you blame your issues on me?
Never.
Always. Okay, she goes on to say, but while I was horny and waiting in the baggage claim area, I was also checking the website that the Tickle community uses called tklmap.com, ticklemap.com, where you can post your location and stats. I did not meet up with anyone, but I loved imagining what would happen if I did. So yeah, in a nutshell, I was the creepy lady secretly watching porn at the Phoenix airport.
Oh, so I guess it's no different than the other guy watching it in the mall.
A little different.
I'm wondering if people are walking all over the place, the airports.
You know it.
Bus stations for sure.
You think people at bus stations are watching porn?
I walk around my neighborhood in Hollywood, and I got to tell you something. There's stuff going on there that I don't want to be looking at.
What kind of stuff?
There's people jerking off.
A lot of people
taking
jerking
a
off.
shit. The pants are hanging off. So I don't need to see someone's ass when I'm walking down the street to get some groceries.
It's not good.
All right. Anyway.
I went to this ticklemap.com. I wanted to see what the hell was going on with this thing.
You did some research for the podcast.
Yes.
That's very lovely.
Yes.
What'd you find out?
There's ticklers all over the place.
Are you now thinking about joining the tickle community?
No, because I don't have any, I don't
feeling
have any
in your feet.
I'm no longer ticklish.
Maybe if you went, you would start up those little nerve endings. It's never too late. I just had this vision though of Tickle Me Elmo as like the mascot of the Tickle Me community.
It should be.
It shouldn't it be?
It was a very nice website.
Did you see Tickle Me Elmo on it?
I didn't see any Tickle Me Elmos, but what I did learn is that you create like a little bio about yourself and where you're located, and you can say whether you are a Lee or a lure. And I didn't know what the fuck this meant.
Tickle-lee or tickler?
Bingo.
Are you a top or are you a bottom?
And some people are both. Switching, they're getting tickled, they're tickling others.
Or you're a sub?
That's right. Isn't
Wow.
that amazing?
Are you a Lee or a lure?
I would have to be a lure
You'd have to
because
be a lure.
I don't have any Lee qualities.
Unless you were a lure and you tried a Lee, and then it turned out you liked the Lee better than the lure.
Yeah, that could be true too.
Okay.
Well, thank you for this wonderful education,
Yeah.
Anonymous Tickler. And I want to thank everyone who weighed in here with your comments.
We didn't even get to all of them. I'm going to put them on Patreon with the last week's that I didn't put on.
Well,
I feel like I'm getting F's on my homework every week.
yeah, you should feel that way.
Because I never do. One time I did, I got criticized. Because I thought I was putting a dead rat on Patreon. It turned out it was not a rat, but it was a possum.
But why are you putting roadkill? The only thing you're putting...
The only thing I thought to put on is some roadkill for our patrons, for their loyal.
Every fucking week you promise you're going to put something on our Patreon. You never do shit. The one time you put it, you were like, oh, you know what? I found the roadkill I'm going to take a photo of and put it on here.
I don't know why, but I felt that urgent need to do that. Because I wanted to...
I didn't even know you did this. I was only notified when someone
notified, of course.
That hey, it's not a dead rat. That's a dead possum.
And by the way,
of course,
why is that?
That's like a mascot of our group.
I know
the possum.
I love possums.
Yes.
I would never have posted a possum in pure daylight like that in vain.
No fucking.
A rat
clue.
is something you want to see kind of dead. I mean, no offense to rats.
But why are you posting it on our Patreon page? Well, it's sex talk with my mom. There's no reason. I don't know why.
You said you got tired of talking about sex, so now I'd put roadkill. Didn't you just say that?
I just have no clue why you put roadkill on there.
And I actually, frankly, don't know, but there must have been some.
No, ma'am. There was no justification for putting a dead fucking roadkill on our page.
I have no idea why, but I'm sure that there was a reason.
Oh my God.
How's your life been, Cam? We're on to that section of this podcast.
Oh my God. You want something disgusting?
Yeah, I've been dying for something more disgusting than roadkill.
So I've been doing my rings.
Oh, yes.
And for those listeners who don't know, I'm very into the calisthenics where you use the rings. You know what I'm talking about? It's like in gymnastics. You got the rings.
Yes.
I bring them to the park, set them up, and I do the rings.
Now, do I get any credit for taking you to gymnastics all those years? Because
Zero.
What?
No credit.
You were pretty good at gymnastics. You went to like a competition.
Stunted my growth. I would be 6 feet tall right now if I didn't go to gymnastics.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I grew wide. I didn't grow up.
Oh, you went horizontal.
I went horizontal.
But now you had good muscles.
Well, anyway.
That is the most ludicrous statement you made this entire podcast episode.
Thank you.
That it can stunt your growth by being a gymnast.
Listen,
little
mother.
Nadia Comaneci. What's her name? Nadia.
Yeah. Why do you think they're all so fucking tiny?
But that's because those are the people that are good at those stunts.
You
happen to be very tiny. You are a tiny little guy.
Thing, Mom. Anyway, let me tell you something. I make a friend every time I go to the park and put up these rings. Okay.
Okay.
The other day, I'm at the park. This nice young guy comes by. He's very friendly. He's talking about how he does 1,000 push-ups, 1,000 dips. He keeps bragging about how much fucking work he's putting in. He's been there for like 3 hours at this point. And as if I'm like protesting this or telling him he's a liar, he decides, I'll prove it to you.
Oh my God.
I'm like, I believe you, dude. He goes, no, I'll prove it. He takes from his bag a soaking wet t-shirt. And he's like, this is what I was wearing earlier. And he puts it on my fucking hands.
Ew.
Fucking disgusting.
He put
a stranger in a park fucking
sweaty t-shirt.
What is he doing?
I don't know.
Fucking putting his urea and shit all over me?
Yeah, you probably went completely nuts and now think you have some sort of disease on your hand because of this.
It is disgusting.
What did you do? Immediately run to the bathroom and
Actually, I think my anxiety is really diminished because
Really?
I just kept going on with my workout.
Oh. Maybe
You're
that's
grossed out now?
Yeah, maybe that might have been an opportune time to get a little bit more concerned about your health and go
What?
wash
Now
your
you're telling
hands
me
up.
I wasn't concerned enough?
Well, who
For
knows
years,
what kind
I've
of
been
gross...
trying to down-regulate my fucking anxiety.
I'm telling you what you're telling. I'm just appalled that you didn't do anything about the fact that there was a sweaty, gross cloth T-shirt that was on your hand.
All right. And what's going on in your life?
Well, nothing that exciting apparently. I just.
What?
Do you know people in general when they talk to you on the phone these days, like you say goodbye, I love you, like automatically, right?
Yeah.
I was talking to some.
Oh no. Oh no.
Who was I talking to?
You don't remember who you did this with?
I was talking to someone. Yes, I was making a hotel reservation.
Okay.
And this girl was helping me, and then I said, she goes, is there anything else? I said, no, thank you. Bye. I love you. What the hell? What do you do then? And I hung up. I was mortified.
What are you saying? I love you to the hotel receptionist?
I did.
Why?
I don't know.
What's going on there?
I literally don't know. It was so weird that I have to write it down here to talk about it on the podcast.
I love that you don't even remember.
I do. No,
this shit happens all the time to you.
No, I wrote hotel. So it would jog my memory.
What's going on there with the? What's going on? You hiding, like you're burrowing your your used Kleenex into the seats?
Oh, you should talk.
What?
You got that slimy, greasy, sweat-filled hand or T-shirt.
I've washed my hand about 4,000 times since.
So they missed the 4,000 times.
Absolutely disgusting.
So, yeah, I have nothing else to say except that I think I'm going to put this on Patreon. You and I, maybe I'll put it on TikTok, okay? We had a little argument walking down the street.
What about?
When I suggested that when you're done with using a plastic bottle, you put the cap on, so you secure the cap on it so that the cap doesn't get loose when it goes into recycling and into the ocean, and a fish is going to swallow the cap and choke to death, or a turtle or some other animal that's in the sea.
Yeah.
Dolphins.
Yeah, I think this is straight up mumbo jumbo.
It's not mumbo jumbo.
Mumbo jumbo. What are you talking about? That because a loose cap is going to be eaten by the fish?
Yes.
No.
Yes. I've watched this on.
You've seen the fish eat the loose caps?
No, but they've showed fish when they open up their stomach, they see all these bottle caps and stuff
what
like
I'm
that.
saying is the fish are going to eat those caps regardless of whether they're in the fucking bottle or not.
They're not chewing on it, Cam. It's not like gum. They are literally like swallowing these things.
Swallowing whole?
Yes. You're thinking little goldfish. I'm talking bigger fish, like snapper, tuna, those kind of fish. Dolphins.
They got teeth. They're biting shit.
They're not biting it. They just swallow it whole.
No chance.
Have you ever seen a fish bite food?
Constantly.
Constantly. Where have you seen this? Where have you seen a fish chew, like, on a steak or something?
Go to the fucking any aquarium. You're going to find some teeth and you're going to find them biting. You don't think so? You had a fish tank.
Yeah, I don't remember them. Well, maybe they did.
They're constantly biting and puking and all this shit out.
When you put frozen, flaky food in there, and they have to break.
That's what I'm fucking talking about.
Okay, not a plastic cap. It's food is one thing. Plastic cap is another.
It thinks it's food. That's why it's biting it, and it's gonna bite that shit whether it's on a bottle or not.
All right. I thought I'd bring that up as an issue.
I'm all for cleaning up the oceans, but I think this is a fucking TikTok bullshit mumbo jumbo nonsense. I don't know. Maybe you're right. I went to a. Does this ever happen to you? I went to a work party the other day. It was a Spotify sponsored event. Okay.
Yes.
Free buffet, great spread, James Beard winning. Food. You
must have been all over that like a cheap suit.
I posted up right next to the fucking spread. Okay.
This is what my boyfriend does. He stands by the door when they're bringing out appetizers.
Phenomenal. I was just going, but what's this? The plates are so fucking small.
I hate that.
They know they're trying to regulate how much I'm eating. They're trying to shame you. They're shaming me.
Yes.
So I'm constantly having to go back and forth.
It's mortifying.
I put a fucking one of the ketchup things on there. It's taken up 25% of the real estate.
They don't really want you to eat.
What the hell?
And you can't put more than one thing on there at a time.
And they got quite a variety of foods.
So what did you do?
So I'm going back and forth. I'm mingling. I'm talking to people. I'm going back to the buffet, mingling. It's phenomenal. I'm having a phenomenal time. And this girl, at the end of the night, goes, "This is someone I just met earlier that day." She goes, "You really like that spread, don't you?"
Oh my God, how mortifying.
I go, "What do you mean? Yeah, I like the spread." What, you didn't have the spread? Phenomenal salad. I start going through all the things that are in the salad. Watermelon radishes, fennel. Are you kidding me?
And she's sitting there watching you eat?
She must have been watching me all night go back and forth. I couldn't believe it. I was being monitored.
Were you feeling embarrassed?
Humiliated. I go, "Did you try this salad? It's phenomenal."
What did she say?
She said it's a good salad. I don't like being called out. I just met you. She is a sweetheart, and I do love her. I fell in love with this woman. But what is she calling me out for the salad? Or in my frequent visits to the spread?
Let me just tell you that.
Have bigger plates.
If somebody did that to Dee's, he would take it as some sort of a compliment.
Yeah. I mean, I was aware that I was going back a lot, but I don't need you calling me out for it.
Yeah, there's no need for her to call you out. That's a little intrusive. That she's just as bad as the guys that are looking at girls walking in and out of the mall. Come full circle.
It's true. All right. Well, Mom, we're getting close to the end of our show.
Geez,
we might have time for one segment left.
All right.
Are you excited to do Mom's News?
I've already put. I was supposed to be Mom's News last week, and I skipped it.
Well, are you going to include it this week, or is there something else you want to share? You get maybe another 2 minutes to shine.
All right. Well, let's just go for. Let's do some hit on or shit on.
You want to end with hit on or shit on?
And listener texts.
Mom. All right,
I know what you're doing. You're just saying, can we just do Cam's uppers is what you're doing.
Well, I just think it's going to have a lot more, juice and meat on the bone. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'll give a little hint. I was going to do Mom's News, but it was really kind of a weird thing.
All right, fine. We'll save Mom's News.
I'll save it. I wanted to bring up.
We'll go right to Cam's uppers if you want.
No, I wanted to bring up something that some guy wrote.
Are you puking into the mic right now? What's going on?
This guy named MILF Hunter. I think it's MILF Hunter.
Oh, God.
Hey, Mom Talk. Where did you get that one from?
I don't know.
I have a question. Did you ever fantasize about your son? And if so, is that normal for moms?
Jesus fucking Christ.
You know what the answer to that question is? No.
Why is he asking this?
I don't know, because I think he's obviously thinking.
Is he fantasizing about his mom?
I think so.
Some incestuous shit going on there.
I'm coming right out and saying no to that.
Is that a hit on or a shit on? I think it's a hit on. It's an inadvertent hit on.
Inadvertent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zeus a novice asks, I need one of them sugar mommies. The reason I bring this up is every week we have a new way of spelling sugar mommy.
Well, that's why I'm wondering if we get this every week and we share it every week. Aren't the listeners bored as fuck when they hear this?
I don't know. It just
Why
I
do
just
you
find
want
it different.
You are the one that always adds these. Why?
And this is a nice one though. This is a hit on.
That was a hit on, right?
The last one, I don't know what that was. Loving your podcast. Keep using all the words you want. We appreciate your words.
Oh.
Thank you.
You know what that's in reference to?
Apple user like you.
That's in reference to the fact that you were told that if you had a limited amount of words you could use in this life, you would have used them up years ago.
When I was 21, my then husband, your father, said I would have used up all my words.
Yeah.
He probably there's something to that.
You know what I don't love? You know what I don't love?
What?
We're on YouTube right now, and you search for YouTube sex talk with my mom, and the first thing that pops up, sex talk with my mom, husband murdered. Why do we need that?
For those of you who don't know, Cam's father, my husband, was murdered.
What the fuck? I'm telling someone to go check out the show. The next thing you know, they're like, what the fuck? Why does it say murdered husband? And sometimes they laugh. They're like, what is that?
Yeah, they think it's like killed. Isn't like maybe a
like
stand-up show or something.
Oh, yeah, something. It's not good. I don't like that. I don't like that.
I don't like being pigeonholed as anything.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
It could be Cougar decides to not wear bras.
What?
That's what, remember I was in the Sun? Every time I'm in the New York Sun or the New York Post or the
it's not the
London.
New York Sun. You're talking about the tabloids that that pick you up all the time.
Yeah.
Why are you constantly cruising the tabloid circuits?
I have no idea. You're the one who lets me know. You got me on some. You have a notification.
I know. I got to remove that. I can't stand seeing how you're portrayed on the internet. Okay, thank you for those hit-ons or shit-ons, mother.
So I'm just going to skip over the mom's news in general because it was about a robot that...
Well, don't ruin it. You might use it in the future.
All right.
But I think it's time for the segment of the show that you've all been waiting for.
I know they have.
The time of the week or the month that really has gotten you flush, that turns your genitals on fire, that even when you're out in public makes you all hot and bothered.
Oh.
It's Cam's Uppers.
Cam's Uppers is the place to be. Fun living is the life for me.
It's Cam's Uppers, the segment of the show where I share something near and dear to my heart, something that my mother typically finds...
boring.
Or...
funny.
Really?
No.
Or...
educational.
Okay. Funny and educational, I'll take. Boring, not so good. It's Cam's Uppers. Okay, this was something I had read on Oprah magazine this week.
Why are you reading Oprah magazine? Just out of
Sometimes
curiosity?
I do research for the shows, and it leads me into Oprah magazine. Okay. And this is a quote that I read. What types of games gave you the most joy as a child? This is a good thing to ask a partner.
We should use that.
Maybe we'll use this. They go on to say, citing the ideas of renowned sex educator Midori. You know her?
No.
She's a famous sex educator that's all about dominance. Lingen says that kink play is just the adult version of playtime with fun tools and adult privileges.
What the hell are they talking about?
For example, answers such as tag or wrestling might inspire a sexy game of naked, boisterous play. Do you see what I'm saying here?
I was going with Monopoly and Life.
You were just interested in the mere question, what type of games gave you the most joy as a child?
Board games.
But they're saying this usually indicates what you're going to be into playing as an adult.
Boring games?
Boring games, maybe. No, I mean...
So you're talking about tags?
I'm fascinated.
I just remembered that you didn't like Duck Duck Goose at your birthday party when you were 3.
Well, I wouldn't play Duck Duck Goose at a fucking play party these days.
Especially when you know what happened. You were out and you had a little birthday hat on and you were sitting by yourself pouting.
Okay. Making fun of my 3-year-old me?
No.
The fuck?
Well, I'm just saying I don't think you like Duck Duck Goose. It's not a good game for you.
I don't like Duck Duck Goose.
I would hate that if you're out.
And we play Duck Duck Goose sometimes in clown school.
You do. You don't like it?
I don't like Duck Duck Goose. You know what? I think it's because when I was a kid on the playground, I'm not going to say her name, but there was a girl.
Just say her initials.
L.
Oh, Lisa.
No, Mom, stop. No, stop. What the fuck?
Okay.
Don't start guessing. I'm trying to keep them anonymous.
Okay.
This girl was flirting with me, and she would chase me around the goddamn playground, and she would do this thing called the chicken dance, where when she finally got me, she'd grab my legs and wrap them around a pole and run around the pole with my legs. I think that created some long-term damage in my testicles.
100%. And I'm so glad that this is one thing that
you and this L is, yes.
I am now blamed because you
No, you're not blamed for this. L is blamed for this. I think I have a ball issue because I think that's maybe why I have some epididymitis sometimes when I have ejaculations too many times. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
And sometimes pain and
you're
arousal.
You're blaming this on this L.
Anyway, the point is...
That is kind of a mean game, though. By the way...
Fucked up.
How did she grab a hold of you to the extent...
She was fast. She was the best athlete in the school.
And then she grabbed you and she was there...
She grabbed me, legs around the pole, I would hold on to the pole, and then it's like a pole dance. And she's smashing my cock and balls against the goddamn... It's traumatizing.
If I had known about this, I would never have put up with this.
I don't think my balls had even dropped at that point. Thank God. And now I start wondering, okay, what games did I like to play as a child?
What do you mean balls dropping? Were your balls somewhere sucked in?
Yeah, your balls don't drop until you go through puberty. You go through,
Your balls drop?
Yeah, I think so.
I think your balls are always there. I don't remember anything dropping.
I think they're more inside your body. I think they drop down.
Of like my dog.
I think that's right. Am I giving complete false information?
Yeah, you're thinking about the multi-poo when his balls drop.
I don't think so. I think the balls drop and then, man, we're going to need some, because I know some people that
this is more
one ball will drop and the other won't.
This is more of a question than should fish eat bottle caps?
Well, I started thinking, where do you see adults at play now?
Well, you know that this L is really into S&M now.
Oh, yeah,
Right
definitely.
now, that girl's beating the shit out of someone and pouring wax on their back and the whole business.
She's got guys fucking tied up with their legs against the wall with the pole.
She's got the whips out. She's probably making a fortune.
I liked musical chairs.
Musical chairs is the same thing as Duck Duck Goose.
Sexual musical chairs?
Musical chairs is it's like a more advanced Duck Duck Goose.
I don't like Duck Duck Goose.
But you like musical chairs.
I like musical chairs.
It might have been musical chairs that you were playing when you were 3 years old and got out.
Oh, now you're mixing up the whole story.
They're the same thing. One's you pull a chair out, the other one's just not tapping on the head.
Completely different. Completely, you're dancing around with the musical chairs. You got the music playing.
And you're not dancing when you're doing Duck Duck Goose?
And in a sexual context, how do you think you'd play musical chairs?
I have zero idea.
Oof, me neither. All right. Anyway, I thought this was fascinating. I love that adults are at play when they're at these play parties. And they're called play parties. When else do you see adults at play?
Yeah.
And I would like to know if there's a parallel between children, what you like as children, and what you play for as adults.
I think it's a very good question to leave people with.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
On that note, I want to thank everyone, every single sneaky freak out there, whether you're supporting us on YouTube, on Patreon, keeping our lights on in this wonderful studio.
TikTok.
Texting us at
310-356-3920. And don't forget, Instagram. It's all sex talk with my mom. Everywhere. Just follow us everywhere. We will text you or find you a way to text you or talk to you back.
And I also want to thank all of our Patreon members for giving us the funding to actually record in this awesome studio to
Dr.
record this video. And then wonderful production companion, Dr. Self Tapes, you podcaster, for making it happen in Los Angeles. On that note, do you want to sing them out?
Sure. And let me tell you about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees and tying your legs around the pole with a mean bee.
Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.